Good evening. I just thought I will post a chart on what Nifty is currently doing. Okay, so this is a plain chart. So have plotted a 20 days moving average, 50 days moving average, and a 20 days moving average. Okay, so the 20 days moving average is the red one. The blue one is the 100 days moving average, and the green one is the 50 days moving average. So you can see now that Nifty is very close to its 20 days moving average number, which is 24,567. Okay, and let's place the resistance line, very simple line here. Okay, let me delete it. Look at this resistance, right? So it's just is taking that resistance very close to the resistance. So that means that if the bears have to be killed, then we need a gap up above maybe 54,567. Okay, otherwise there is a chance of a fall. Now let us go and look at it from a different perspective. So we go to the hourly chart. So on the hourly chart, you will see that Nifty has crossed all the moving averages on the hourly chart. And now let's plot Fibo first to start with. So this is a critical high, right? From here we have fallen here. Sorry. Let's say from here, right? This is a very critical one. Now, if you look at the candle, last candle, right? Look at that number 24,534, and we have made a high of 24,537. This is one thing. Now let's get the Ichimoku chart. Okay, now this is the Ichimoku. If you take Ichimoku, for now, let me hide the Fibo. Okay, now the Fibo is hidden now, and let me hide the moving averages also. And this is a plain one, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line up a little bit up to the cloud resistance area here, this portion, because you can see there's a cloud is flat here. So I'm just moving the line there. Okay. And I'm also going to place a line at this Chiku span, high of the Chiku span, which is at around let's say 24,561. Okay, now this is going to be a critical number that we need to cross. And now let's get back our Fibo. That's the Fibo. Now if you look at the holistic approach now, right, it is very clear that we need a gap up above 24,561 tomorrow. Otherwise, even if we come down or maybe open flat, we need to cross 24,561 number. So we are at a resistance zone as per the Ichimoku cloud and the Chiku span top that we have marked there, right? So we need to cross 24,561 tomorrow for further movement. If we do, then we get to a level of 24,729 and then 24,845, right? So now let's mark the next resistance on the hourly chart. A bigger resistance is here, this flat line, which is at 24,889. Okay, 24,889. So that's the bigger resistance on the hourly chart. And so that Chiku span top. So 24,825 to 24,889. That's going to be a bigger resistance area. Now, having said this, and you also see 24,729 number, right? So let's look at that. Keep that also in the mind. So that means that if we cross 24,560 and sustain, then we get to 24,729 and maybe 24,845. So that's on the upside. But if we fail to cross this 24,861 for the reasons I told you, now let's convert this back into a daily chart. Now that line where we place the Chiku span top on the hourly, that's 24,561. That is exactly where we have the 20 days moving average, around 24,567. So we need to clear this now. So if we don't do that, then we have a problem. So what can happen is a fall can happen back maybe to 24,260 levels, 24,090 levels. Now 24,000 will become an important level because this 23.6 retracement is 24,090, and here you have 24,090.4. So I've just marked that low here, which is 24,073.9, right? So this becomes an important level, and till we are above this recent low, we are fine. But the point here is that there are high chances that we can fall tomorrow. First session, high chances because of the Ichimoku cloud that I showed you on the hourly chart. Okay, I'm just going back to the hourly chart. So here you have this resistance. We have this resistance here, and then we have Chiku span top here. That's we have marked. So high chance, and this rejection candle here is also suggesting that there could be a fall. But if it doesn't happen, well and good, we will get back to the 24,729 range, and maybe 24,845. Now let's go and look at the option chain. Now I'm going to look at the next week option chain. Maybe 14th November, I think will be a better one to look at. So if you look at the 14th November also, we are seeing that 24,500 call option has still the highest OI, and that is where exactly we are now, right? And the level of 24,534 or whatever high we made today, and there was a rejection at the 61.8 retracement number. Also, the Ichimoku cloud high is somewhere around 24,561. So probably, as per this option chain, maybe there is a fall. But what is good is below 24,300, we are seeing all exits. So that means that 24,300 now becomes a very important support level. So let's go back here and here. Now that 24,300 level is this 0.382, 24,260. So 24,300 to 24,260 will become an important area. And now let's look at what's happening now on, and if it crosses 25,500, then as I said, 24,700, we have the 7,93,000 OI, which is actually matching with this 0.886. So this becomes a resistance, and above that, 24,800 naturally, 24,900 naturally should have highest OI. Yeah, somewhere around 24,800 and then 24,900. So let's go back to the month end expiry. So 25,000 levels is where we are writing the monthly options. That is the one level, the double top level that I've taken here, right? So that is why they are writing it there. So it is very clear now that tomorrow, as I said, we need to cross this 24,560. If there is a slight gap up, and if we are not able to cross 24,561, or we cross and then don't sustain this 24,561, we have a high chance of coming back to 24,260 or 300 levels very easily. So this level maybe somewhere here, maybe 24,150 also may be possible. I don't know. It's too early to say that, but the point is that there is a high chance of a rejection here tomorrow. With all the US election results that have come during the market hours itself, you got to know, I think, that Trump has made it, right? So I don't think, for me, it's a non-event. The Trump event is a non-event for the Indian markets, and we'll follow our own technicals. So let's look at tomorrow, 24,561 to cross and sustain. If not, we are coming down. That's the message. Thank you very much.